see if all of our writers are here. Not quite, but they're catching up. Good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, oh no, we have 2 more minutes. Let's wait, sorry. But I want to, while you all are coming in, I want to say hi to all of these people whose faces we will be seeing soon for the very first time, a lot of you, other than the little mug shots you sent me for our website. So it's really, really nice to have this opportunity with you all. And thank you for supporting Writers Resist and for resisting and for going way out of your way, a lot of you, to be here this afternoon. It's very cool. Oh yeah, and I'm going to change the view to, it is speaker, okay. Okay, we'll wait 1 more minute and then get going. Sarah, are you okay? Feeling okay?
I've got a migraine, so if I get up and run out of the room, it's not because of anyone, it's because the bathroom is next door.
Oh, okay. I'll try to pay attention so I can take over introducing if necessary.
Okay.
Sorry, you know.
I really hope it doesn't happen because I'm wearing pajama bottoms. Pants. So I mean, I look kind of normal from here, but down below, it's not good. So
yeah, the joys of Zoom.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a whole new subculture, I think.
Exactly.
Okay. So, okay, we can start. So welcome everybody. It is 3:30. We are kicking off. My name's Bacon Gressett, KB Gressett. I'm the publisher and one of 2 founding editors of Writers Resist, our response, a very quickly launched response to the election of Donald Trump to the presidency in the United States in 2016. He was elected the first week in November. We actually launched December 1st. Because we were so concerned. Oh, I'm loving seeing these faces. So I want to introduce, or let you introduce yourself. Sarah Marchant, Marchand, whichever you're feeling today, is the other founding editor, and it's really all her fault because she asked me what we should do about the new president, and I don't know, this seems like the normal thing to do because we're a bunch of writers. But Sarah, please say a word or 2 about yourself.
About me. Hi, my name is Sarah Marchant. I don't make a lot of sense right now because I have a migraine. KB is now my best friend, but when I contacted her the morning after the election, she said, "Who are you again?" which totally hurt my feelings, but it's okay. And but she gave me purpose in life for the last 4 or 5 years, and that's where all this came from.
Yay. Yay. Thanks for nudging. I also want to introduce our 2 current poetry editors who are both with us. Debbie Hall, who's actually going to read tonight. Debbie, speak up so your face pops up. She might have stepped away. Okay, and Ying Wu, our other poetry editor, who I saw her name. She read last night for us, but Ying is with us also. And they both got us through the last couple of years, actually, of editing the bi-weekly issues, which have now been curtailed because, as we'd originally committed, we would stop publishing them upon the end of the Trump administration. But this is the first of the other things we're hoping to do. And at this point doing, obviously, we do hope to have a second anthology out within the next year or so, and then we'll see what else we're gonna plunge into. There's always a need for activist writers, so wherever you're sending your works, we hope you keep it up. And Mark from Italy, hello. We do have a number of people from way far away. I hope Patrick made it. Patrick, are you with us from South Africa? He was having a little trouble with the technology earlier. Ooh, I don't see him. I hope he makes it in. And we have Kushik from London, England. I hope he made it in. And Mark from Italy and Alex Penland from Scotland. We were just schmoozing because I spent half a high school year in Scotland. So it's fun talking with other people who've been there. But let's go ahead and kick it off. Just one little piece of direction, please. And that is, hey, Ying, that is when you are not reading. If you would please mute yourselves when you're not reading so we don't get a lot of feedback. Sarah's going to be doing introductions for each writer, so you don't have to take time to introduce yourself and your piece. You can save your 5 minutes for reading. And then if we get through the first round of everybody, we will just turn around and start all over again with the same order and do a second round of sharing works. Angie, do you have something you're supposed to tell us, or?
Yes, I just wanted to go ahead and welcome everyone to Writers Resist Global Voices at Boca de Oro 2021. This session is being recorded for post-event viewing and archiving. If you do not wish to have your image included in this recording, please keep your video off for this session. If you choose to keep your video on for this session, please make sure you are following respectful meeting decorum and refraining from inappropriate behaviors. We ask that you kindly follow our Zoom etiquette for this event, that you remain muted, like she mentioned, raise your physical or virtual hand for questions, be respectful, use the chat box. And then I will be your session support, and you're welcome to ask any questions as well as my colleague Elizabeth Maciel. So you could go ahead and send us any message in the chat. Thank you and welcome.
Thanks, Angie. Okay, to kick us off, for some of the writers who are reading tonight are actually in our first anthology. And so I'm going to use this to kick off the readings. Yay, the first anthology. This was a wonderful dedication written by a person named Rachel Fetterman, and it's actually dedicated to activist writers. And here is how she launched our first anthology. They said, "You sound angry." They thought this would humiliate you, make you stop writing or change your tone to something less strident. Anger is not becoming, they said. They did not know that anger is how you become who you are. Literature is dying, they warned, shuttering up humanities departments, shaking their heads when you said you were majoring in English. But you know literature is alive. It is a live thing, alive through you, how you breathe. Bookstores are your temples. You're searching for new green lights, a multicolored whale, woods of your own where you will live deliberately. Literature is not dying, you said defiantly. For many of us, it has only just begun. They said, the written word has lost its power, but that was before they saw what you wrote. So welcome again. And Sarah, would you like to introduce Patrick, who has joined us?
Yes, I would. Patrick Ifeanyi Ben is a philosopher, poet, and MasterCard Foundation scholar at the University of
Keep resisting. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. Hey. Rebecca.
Rebecca Ruth Gould is a writer, translator, and editor of the Routledge Handbook of Translation and Activism from 2020. Based in the UK, her poetry collection, Beautiful English, is forthcoming from Dreich Press in Scotland in 2021. Hello, Rebecca.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much. This is really exciting to be here. So I'll be reading a few poems from my first collection called Cityscapes. It was published in 2019. And the first two are set in Palestine, and just put in my stopwatch here, actually, so I don't go over. The first two are set in Palestine, where I lived for about a year in 2010 and 11. And then the next one is set in Syria, where I lived for a summer, and finally in Grozny. So they all obviously have to do with wartime environments. First, apartheid. We don't serve Arabs, says the man behind the counter. He fixes his eyes on me and awaits my consent. My Arab taxi driver blinks unfazed. Racism has long abided in his homeland. Politeness takes over. We head for the car. The ride is smooth and silent. Barren valleys cascade one after another. God is a strange creature, I think to myself. What idiot would choose this sterile land for launching his career? We reach Bethlehem, checkpoint 300. I disembark. Arabs are not allowed to cross like white women with American passports. I journey by foot to the two-storied white limestone building I've been calling home. I pass tourists in t-shirts, Banksy portraits, and soldiers armed with Kalashnikovs. Like the racist at every corner, like every well-heeled politician, like every international law, armed soldiers, gazes averted, reveal the glare of the sun. And this one is sort of a companion piece to that. It's called Stolen Limestone. So the same, written in the same environment. Jerusalem limestone spreads like an occupation over the ancient city of Bethlehem. Cats congregate at the crossings where the apartheid wall breaks through homes. Workers pass the dawn behind the bars of checkpoint 300, waiting to build settlers' homes with limestone stolen from their quarries. Children must be fed. Their hands press against the bars. Limestone shimmers beneath the sun's glare, wrapping the occupation in artificial purity. Limestone bricks accumulate, settlements become homes. Concrete slabs surround Bethlehem, a city living in the shadow of another people's atrocity. Meanwhile, Palestinians build bridges of broken memories on captive territory. So now shifting just a bit to Syria, where I actually lived right before the start of the war. This is inspired by sort of a letter to my Arabic teacher that I learned Arabic there in 2010, so right before the war, and I haven't had contact with him since. Arabic lessons. Your glasses broke on your way to our first Arabic lesson. In Damascus, I found you wandering through Al-Salhiya blind near Ibn Arabi's tomb, fording stones and broken glass, looking for my door. I did not understand every word, but your favorite authors traversed our imaginary worlds. You did not talk politics except to tell me we were being watched and to predict that revolution would not bring resolution. At the first sign of violence, I escaped to Berlin. I called you every night. Every night, the phone buzzed to silence. May your glasses shield your eyes from the sky's desolate glare, the bomb's incessant drum. And finally, this is another poem from a different time frame, but dealing unfortunately with similar issues of violence and war, Grozny. So this also is based on a trip I made there in 2004, right after the most intense campaign of bombing, Grozny. The girl who invited me to live in her tent camp so she could teach me Chechen sat staring in the corner, fearing any motion that might trigger an explosion. Grozny's flats were leveled, dolls lay disemboweled on the floor, glass shards covered the earth. The road's yellow ribbon rolled like a carpet, liming the edge of my escape to Vladikavkaz. The siren song of battle was an endless plaintive moan, contraband listened to by everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rebecca. Wow, and for being here from Scotland as well. I forgot you were over there, so thank you so much.
It's fine, my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Sarah.